Hello from Tokyo! Today, before I start painting, I'd like to send a big thank you to Fiona of Fiona Art, who a couple of weeks ago mentioned this channel in her video. So, hi Fiona! Thank you so much. She's doing balloon smashes with an extra little spritz at the moment. And I'm sure most of you know her already, but she is amazing. If you haven't watched her, please go check her out. I will put her details in the description box below. So with that being said, let's start today's painting. I've made this vermilion red or orangey color by using Shuttle Art brand's Crimson Red, and this here is red. And then I have also orange and lemon yellow. So I mixed all that up and then also added a bit of light gold by Amsterdam. To brighten it up a little bit more, I have added a tiny bit of this Liquitex iridescent white. I did this custom color before, but it dried very dark, as you can see there. And actually I didn't like those small flowers, so that's why I'm redoing it. The middle looked nice though. So the colors are this crimson reddish orange, light gold by Amsterdam. This is Glowing Peach by Arteza. It's an iridescent color. And then for the middle of the flowers, I'll be using with my fingers and dabbing into this yellow azo yellow light by Amsterdam. This color I actually don't use, so never mind about that. This is the consistency of the colors. So it's pretty thin, but it's much thicker than my very thin base paint. As you can see, it's super thin always. This is titanium white, a mixture of Mart and Amsterdam. This is the kind of glue I use, so it's very, very thin. And so for the colors, I add a dash of Floetrol just to make it a little bit thicker. Alternatively, you can just add more paint to keep it a thicker consistency. You can see my pouring medium is so thin, so using a thicker glue would also compensate for that. That's for my white base, and for my colors, I have 10% Floetrol added in. And pouring out the base paint, I find this really satisfying, and I don't know why. And then trying to catch some in the yogurt pot there, but anything that falls into the tray I will use, as you can see. Try not to waste anything, torching out any bubbles, taking out any lumps, and then it's time to lay down the colors. I do start blowing out early on in this painting just to see how it all blends together. And then I'll continue on laying down the colors all in one direction and then do the other direction. And no balloon smashes until all the colors are laid down in this particular painting. So I'll be quiet now and come back to you in a little bit. I hope you enjoyed the painting. Okay, it's now time to balloon smash. You can see how many times I've used this balloon. I tend to keep them for quite some time. I prefer it after it's been about a week or so because it's a little more smushy, if that makes sense. So here we go. There's the first smash. And I dip my finger in to center the flower. Decided I wanted to add another flower there, which I'm glad I did because otherwise it was a little bit too straight for some reason this time. It didn't have any kind of like a curve to it. So here we go with another balloon smash. Yeah, I think it looks better this way. So I'll come back to you after all the balloon smashing is done. It's starting to get darker outside, so I'm going to have to put my ring light on before I fix the middles, but I wanted you to see it in natural light beforehand. So this is what it looks like without fixing the middles, without adding extra paint to my finger and putting it, in the middle. So maybe it's a good thing to be able to see what it looks like. It's really soft and I think it works just as it is. It's just I enjoy doing the middles. But look at that one there. That's lovely as it is. The petal with the funky looking cells in there, I didn't like the border, but I've decided to leave it because I don't want to mess. I always mess things up by touching too much. So yeah, that's pretty. So I will now get back to fixing the middles with the light on. Sorry, it's going to change a bit. And then we'll have another close-up. I can hand on heart say that I spent about 20 minutes or so messing around with the middles. I do that. I just find it really therapeutic. Please use gloves if you have any allergies with paints, or wash your hands straight away. I don't, so that's why I do this. I actually like the feeling of the paint on my fingers. So I'm fixing also using a toothpick. You can use a toothpick or one of those paint dotting implements as well. And I like to recenter again with my finger like that. But anyway, it's a process. It's a thing. So let's have a look at the wet finish. In this lighting, you can really see the glowing peach, or also the gold as well. You can see the shimmer. I guess if you put resin on after it dries, it would do the same. There, that middle's lovely. And this is the one I said that probably didn't need to be fixed. It was nice as it was, but and I'm loving those cells. I think it looks good. It looks nice. It just shows sometimes don't fiddle too much. Keep it simple. That's really lovely too. Yeah, the colors are nice, but I know it's going to darken quite a bit when it dries, but anyhow. Those bumps that I was just pointing out are flaws within the canvas. I didn't notice until I started painting, so that cannot be helped, but never mind. And here we have the dried finish. It did dry darker. That is really pretty. I do love the middle. Again, am I going to go on about the middle? I don't know. It's super nice. And there we have the shine of the glowing peach. Isn't it cool how it goes from pink to an orangey color? Yeah, it's all looking very pretty. Going in closer. This has worked out very well, I think. Even those cells, those unusual cells. I don't know why it was just there. That's it. Nowhere else. yeah, there wasn't much lacing or anything because I guess maybe the paints I was using were more opaque, the Shuttle Art ones. Really nice. This is so lovely. The lighting is a bit better in this room, so I've just put it on the wall for now to have a look at the shine. It looks really cool. The gold is really nice, isn't it? And then going to try a different orientation. Which do you prefer? I think I prefer it this way. Not sure, but yes, I am pretty happy with this. I think it's a really simple one that all of you can try as well. So please do. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and also thank you for all your comments. I really enjoy reading them. So thanks again and see you next time. Bye.